You know, somebody has to be in charge, kind of like a principal. You ever have noisy students, you're trying to conduct something?
Occasionally. Occasionally.
Hey! All right, Dennis, I'll go back a long way. 1972, Gadsden State Junior High School, obviously in Gadsden, Alabama. I am a graduate of there. I'm assuming you are.
Yeah, I made it through.
You went on to Jacksonville?
To Jack State, and played there for Coach Abbott, and finished there in 77.
77. How long have you been principal at East Limestone?
Well, I'm in my 13th year as principal.
Okay.
So then there was 12 years before that as an assistant principal, AD, and then there was 12 years before that as a teacher coach, and then there was a couple in the middle where I still was being an assistant principal and coach. So now, it's kind of all blended.
Have you only been at East Limestone your entire career?
First job I ever had was in Pelham, Georgia. Took an interview, and the guy said, "Can you come to Pelham?" And I thought, Birmingham, that'll be an awesome trip, you know. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Do you know how to get to Pelham, Georgia?" And I said, "No." And so I drive up down on a Sunday afternoon. I stop at a store, a little gas station. They only opened at 12. And a guy with 3 teeth and tobacco falling off his chin said, "Are you that new coach from Alabama?" And I went, "No, sir. I'm just here to interview." And he said, "Son, you already got that job." Oh, wow. And that was my first job. Got hired by a gas station attendant in Pelham, Georgia. So I spent 1 year there.
Where is Pelham, Georgia?
It's about 40 miles from Albany. And down low, and there was 2 streets, Front Street and Back Street, and they had the buildings opened on both sides of it. And you had 1 funeral home, 1 quick shop, and 1 grocery store, and that was pretty much everything that was in Pelham. And I had a great time. They just didn't pay enough for me to live.
What'd you make it first year? You remember?
$4,200, I think, is what it was. I coached 3 sports and on 3 different levels, and my supplement was $250 and a year. And the superintendent asked me to take a $100 cut because football coach wanted a raise, and so he asked all the other coaches to take a $100 cut so he could give the football coach a raise. That's kind of the way Coach Pugh is.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like I tell everybody when I started at my first job, I brought home $283 a month, but. I still ain't got much more than that now, to tell you the truth. But you've been there a long time, and people I know just everybody thinks the world of Dennis Black out of school. What's the one thing you've gone? When's your last day? Wednesday?
This coming Tuesday will be the last day of the
Last day of the month.
Yeah.
What are you gonna miss the most?
The kids, without a doubt. And the second thing will be my teachers, or our teachers that I've been with for so long. So many of them, you know, we've been together for 20, 25 years in some situations. But the day-to-day contact with the kids, because, you know, that's really the only reason you should get into education in the first place. If you don't really enjoy spending time with the kids, even the ones that get in trouble, because they're the ones that need you to be there for them, to help them, and they may not always agree with you, but you know, when they come back years later and they've done well, or things have happened good for them, and they remember that.
So do they stay in touch with you?
I've been very fortunate that I still have a lot of people who played for me who went to school there that will still call, stop by. So yeah, you know, I'm still in contact with a lot of our former students.
Do you have a paddle?
I still got one.
I should have had you bring that thing up here today.
Still have one. Haven't decided who I'm going to will it down to.
Give it to me.
No, I'm afraid you'll get in trouble.
He will.
You ever know Gilmer Ellis? You know Gilmer used to be over at Danville? Gus retired.
Just from coaching and all, not personally.
He paddled me the first time out of college over at New Hope High School.
We also not near.
You know, they don't do that. When's the last time you whipped somebody?
About a week ago.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, you know, I called Mama, and Mama said, "Look, do you still have that board when I was in school?" And I said, "Yeah."
Oh, boy.
She said, "Well, you light him up because he knows better, and don't send him home to me because all I'm going to do is get mad at him." And so I said, "Yes, ma'am." And he was sitting over there, and I said, "Son, brace yourself." And we were done. I sent him back to class.
Really? Year, a week ago.
Yeah, we have in Limestone County. You still have the options. There's some limitations to what you do and how you do it, and parents have an option to opt out where their child is not paddled. But it is an option. It's not my first option. You know, it's always one of the ones that you try, either detentions and other type things. And if that's not working, sometimes mom and dad might decide, well, it worked for me. Let's see what it does for them.
All right, let me ask you another question here, Dennis, before you depart. What are you going to do?
That's a good question.
What will Wednesday morning be like?
Wednesday morning, Kendall Phillips and I are going to go play golf. I don't know if anybody, some of the guys know Kendall, so we're going to get up and spend my first day of retirement playing golf. And then I think the second day I'm going to have breakfast with my mom and dad and not have to get up, pick it up and go. I'm going to go sit down and have breakfast.
Well, okay, congratulations, Dennis. And, you know, from 1972 to now, you know, I still got a few more years before I can retire. Or 10 or 20 probably, looking around here.
If you can't sleep and you're up early, join us any morning.
I appreciate that. I think, you know, if I do anything at all towards later, it'll be get back in some type of coaching, whether it be summer ball or whether it be, you know, at a school as a volunteer coach.
I did a Country Rover story.
You know, that's the one thing that I'll probably miss the most is being involved with the kids.
I did a Country Rover story on a guy over in Section, Alabama that retired, became the janitor of the school, and you could eat off the floor. There's always that option.
Well, I've signed up. I already got my paperwork out in the car to become a substitute bus driver for field trips, athletic events, to do things like with yesterday we had Special Olympics, had you know, bowling day. So as far as staying involved with the kids, you know, I'll probably drive the buses for different type things like that, and don't know if I want to drive any routes.
Who you predicting to win the ball game tonight?
Look, if you cut me, I only bleed one way, so that's not a hard question, you know. I know that Athens has a good team, and I've got some good friends that have kids on that, and some of the young people I'm really, you know, close to on the Athens team. But, you know, I'm still East Limestone at heart, and so, you know, I got to go with them Indians.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Always been good to see you, my old friend. We'll take a break, come back. We're going outside a little bit, too. Plus, we're going to talk about the Fiddlers Convention. And, Greg, don't forget to mention that auction tomorrow at Truth Baptist Church. We'll be right back in just a second. Y'all, hang on.
Local and loving.